welcome back to Let's Play Medieval 2 Total War with me, Skwalker. England campaign, episode V76. Did I not say that on the last episode? I actually don't think I did. Fuck, I broke a tradition. Right. Anyway, what are we up to today? We are, well, so far, we have been winning battles. Because we've had a lot of battles to do on this particular turn. We've been fighting the Spanish, the rebels, and the Polish. And what were the outcomes of those battles? Well, the outcome was, one, I'm excommunicated, again, but I don't care. We beat back the Spanish assault at Bordeaux, ransomed their troops and made a healthy 3,000 florin profit off it. We then are on our way to retake Toulouse, but that's going to be a tale for another turn. We then beat some rebels up. We also captured the island of Ajaccio, or Sicily, or not Sicily, Corsica or Sardinia. I still can't remember which one's which. And we're going to deal with Captain Sancho next turn to free the island of Spanish influence, and then we can use that for my own nefarious plans, such as capturing Rome and just bringing some misery down on the Sicilians. And then we beat back the Polish siege at Breslau, ransomed their army again, managed to get some money off it, so I just like money. So, what's our plan for this episode? Well, we still need to finish this turn off, and we need to deal with one big problem. And that big problem is the Holy Roman Empire. They've been getting quite aggressive, and I've been trying to wipe them out, because I have made it my edict that the Imperials need to be finished off, especially if I am now going to have to commit more forces to dealing with the Spanish, which sounds like I'm thinking with a toilet brush as a brain, but the Imperials right now are probably at their weakest, and they will get weaker when we take down Innsbruck. And they've also been fielding some big armies, so I want them gone. So that's really my main plan. As it stands, we've got Captain Forsten, who is most likely on his way to siege Milan. So I'm going to be sending some troops out to try and intercept or slow him down. We've also got a big army marching around Innsbruck in the form of Captain Lorenz. Now, I've had my eye on that for a long time. I want to bring it down because also Captain Edmund and Captain Wickerus are also headed for Nuremberg. Maybe planning to get in my way. So, in terms of Nuremberg, I'm going to start recruiting some catapults and some additional archer militia. I wish I could recruit better troops here, but I can't. But I am building a heavy armourer because, hey, priorities, right? That being said, I've got Captain Franz. He's on his way to attack Innsbruck. And I'm going to keep it that way because I want to try and bring down the army of Captain Lorenz. The armies at Nuremberg will have to try and bring down Edmund and Wickerus first before they even get there. But, yeah. I need Lorenz to be gone, and I want Innsbruck. Once Innsbruck is down, that's it for the HRE. It is just about game over because it is their last castle, and then they're going to have to rely on their crap mercenary troops and crap militia troops. Which is basically what the Imperials have always trained anyway, because that's all they seem to be able to train, but it basically prevents them from getting anything that might be halfway decent or a potential threat to me. That being said, I've got Nigel Bucknell on his way to Genoa. He was to command an army, but right now I'm going to get him in Milan and become a garrison commander. For Milan needs a governor because it's in a bad mood because of the excommunication. I can also build a military academy here, by the way, and start recruiting demi-lancers, which is not too bad. But the public order is quite low, so we're gonna get a tavern set up here. And we're also going to start making some more heavy build militia as well. And we'll... What armour level are these guys at, by the way? It looks like we're on plate armour. Well, it must be on heavy mail, because next up goes partial plate. Oh well, they're still doing very well. And by the way, these are my affluent citizen soldiers. They're part-time at least, so... and, you know, they're trained. That's good. That's good. I like to have trained units. Start getting some merchant cavalry militia as well. I know they're not the best, but they have their uses, especially since they're pretty much my only cavalry option in cities. King Harry, by the way, you want to get yourself back in Genoa, get your units merged up if possible, and engage in some retraining, but you can't. That being said, we still got fun things to build. Start building a Ribolt. I want to play with some of our new toys, and get some additional archer and spear militia as well to support your army, for we may need to call upon you to do some attacking or defending, or even just kill the Pope, because we're excommunicated, so we may as well just murder him, but I'm not going to, because I do not want to go to war with a papal state, so that would be silly. Right, so the biggest dilemma before we end this turn is what do we do about Captain Forsten and what do I do about Venice? Because I wanted to kind of make this a lightning campaign. I wanted to take Bologna, then just smash right into Venice. But because Captain Forsten's turned up, it slowed me down. And I think I'll have to just do my usual tactic. I'm going to send all but one unit out to take him down, which makes Venice very vulnerable to attack and very vulnerable to rioting and defection, I know. But if it's to bring down a large Imperial army and just basically clobber them, I'm happy to make that sacrifice. I can also... Oh, I can't recruit anything because I'm out of money. Shit. Of course I'm out of money. I spent it all, didn't I? Milan, maybe you can make do about one of those merchant cavalry militias because I need to recruit...
Leave, blasphemous Ausländer.
Hey, don't be rude. Right, anyway. Bologna, can you recruit some additional spear militia with whatever money you have left, please? Just so then I kind of have another token troop. Actually, what do we know about Captain Forsten?
I will not waste words with the enemy.
Alright, we know a lot about him, actually. And he's only got one good unit. He's got a unit of feudal knights. That's concerning because that's basically an entire general bodyguard. So what does he actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4 units of armoured sergeants. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of crossbow militia. Make it 6. And then for some reason, 1, 2, 3 catapults. 1, 2, 3, 4 fucking ballistas and some 2 peasants. Like I said, the enemy really seems to come up with some really bizarre army builds. You know what? I may be able to send some troops out of Milan to help. And I want to see what the heavy build militia are like. Send the heavy build militia and send the arquebusiers out. They'll be reinforcements, so they'll be under AI control, but they may be able to support us and confuse the enemy. So you lads get here and prepare to help out. You lot...
I answer only to the Kaiser and to God.
Yeah, well, there ain't going to be a Kaiser much longer because I'm going to find and kill him at some point. I don't know where the Kaiser's been hiding. He's somewhere. Is he here, actually? No, he's not. The Kaiser's never at home. Oh, my God, that's a lot of... a lot of bombards, by the way. I should be concerned about that. Anyway, Francis, take everything but 1 unit of spears, and I want you to go in there, and I want you to go ham on him. I'd say bring more spears, but... well, no, bring no spears, but... Actually, no, leave the weakened spears behind. Everyone but the weakened spears get to go. Just because there's enemy feudal knights, I need a couple of spearmen to try and bring them down. Also, spears are just good for flanking. Also, I'm bringing arquebusiers, so we're gonna go and shoot the enemy before they shoot me with all their artillery. This is going to be interesting, this one.
As you will, my king. To battle.
Anyway, before we do get into it, like I said, oh, we could go for a night attack actually and really weaken the enemy. But then I would have wasted Nigel's time, so it's going to be a daytime attack. That being said, we outnumber the enemy by about 600 men. And we've already been through the enemy army build, so there's not much point in going through that. Strength ratio is 3-2. Let's just get on with it and see how this one goes, because I think we're about to get artilleried up a bit. At the same time, with gunpowder, with catapult, and with bow, I'm just going to throw a lot of shit at the enemy.
Honor and glory await England. The time for battle has come, but it is not my way to send men into needless peril or throw lives away. Be assured, I will not ask any more of you than I would ask of myself. I ask only that you fight with honor and do not turn your back to the foe. Together then, we will have victory, for such is to my taste and my custom in battle. Over there stands a miserable collection of sausage-eating, beer-swilling Imperial pudding heads. I think they will welcome death. Fortune favors the prepared even more than the brave. The foe lack heavily armored soldiers, so our handgunners will do bloody work. Now follow the banners and march away. To glory, you English, and a victorious day!
Okay, so the handgunners are going to do some bloody work, but at the same time the enemy has a lot of artillery, which is quite concerning. And look at that crater of a hill. Wow, this is going to be fucking fun now. Right, let's go with it. And if you hear banging, by the way, I made the daft decision to record this episode on New Year's Eve. So I'm speaking to you from a year ago now, technically. And, yeah, people are letting fireworks off. It's like 9 PM here, so, yeah. By the way, here's some heavy build militia. They look fucking sweet, but I'm not too keen on the yellow pantaloons, but I guess that's all we had. Oh, wait, oh, wow, the head of the back. So we've had a red facing forward. I don't like yellow. That's a Spanish colour. Oh, I'm not going to be fashion critic right now. I've got more important things to do. Like die. Right, anyway. Where I want to not be, this valley. Where I'd rather be, this forest or this hill. This hill's a preferable battleground and a fantastic place to set up my missiles. So, let's have the arquebusiers be the front line because they will need to be so because of the way they fire. The wider they go, the better, really. I mean, I'm not really used to line fighting, as it's termed. So, we'll have 3 lines, and then we'll do it the usual way. So, line 1 fires, they go to the back. Line 2 fires, they go to the back, and then so on and so forth. That seems to be the most effective way of doing it. I could spread them out loosely, actually, though, which might be slightly more beneficial because of the enemy artillery. But if I do so, we're going to be firing in a few more files. It's basically firing 4 files each. But at the same time, I think we need to make sure my men aren't too close together. Otherwise, we are going to get skewered by some ballistas. Catapults are right behind them because they need to be doing their thing. And yes, I am going quite assumptive. I'm basically assuming that the enemy's going to deploy here when they could well not deploy here. And my reinforcements should be coming from behind the enemy. Knights, let's get you lot just deployed near the back. Once more, keep it loose because there's a lot of enemy artillery. Spearmen, I want you on the edge, just because there is some enemy cavalry floating around, which might be an issue for me. So I'm going to keep you loose once more. I'm going to keep you here on this flank, and my general will look after the other flank. So I'm going to put my general here. And then archers and longbows and men with, men with big spendy bits of wood that they can twang about a bit. Once more, I'll get you loose. You can be a little bit further behind my troops because you guys have pretty exceptional range. Got your stakes out in case the enemy wants to be ambitious and charge forward. So that's sorted out there. Heavy build militia, there isn't a lot of you, but you could go with the build men. Keep it loose. I'm gonna... You know what, I'm going to keep them in the forest. I'm going to make them my ambush unit. Not that I don't have a use for them, but I want to keep them somewhere far away. Maybe sneak them around, except these... Oh wait, they can hide in these forests. It's a bit of a weird tactic, this, but you know what? Actually, you know what? Give them the yeoman as well. Because you know what? We need a backup just in case Lady Luck doesn't smile upon us and... for some reason the enemy deploys on this side of the battle, because I don't think they'll deploy in the middle, but you know, they will. So if I just keep some units here, I can start tangling with the enemy while the rest of my army moves into position. That being said, the enemy will already be in a state of disarray because of my reinforcements, so they'll probably start shifting around all over the place. But you know what, I'm just going to keep those guys separate out there, and that gives me a backup option just in case it all goes wrong. And if not, I'll try and move them in nice and quietly, nice and subtly, and then we're in an even stronger position. Right, lads, loose. There we go. Stakes. Deploy. Done. Right, anyway, let's get this one over and done with. So this is a battle I definitely have the missile power, not so much the melee power, but then again the enemy has not brought too much melee stuff. A lot of armoured sergeants, but my billmen and my feudal knights should be able to bring them down, and then my general should be able to finish it off. But at the same time, these gunners should have a fun time at it as well. And the enemy has deployed in the valley, sort of, so this could be advantageous to me. So I think we should start moving in now. Reinforcements delayed, but luckily it was nothing to do with my computer being shit. Right. Let's set up a position on top of this hill and prepare to bring down the enemy. Spears, keep your eye on over here. You lot, keep your eye up here. Luckily, the enemy is going to have a hard time hitting me from any position, because in that because I'm on top of that hill, they're not going to have the best of times. Well, maybe. I kind of proved that they can hit me at the top of the hill in one of my battles, but I may be able to still spin it to my advantage, because if we don't take the crest, we keep on the very top, my archers can basically just volley on down. They can basically arc their shots. Crossbows aren't so good at doing that. My gunners may struggle a bit though, but we'll see what we can do with them. For now, we're just going to start moving our troops around, get them into a position, and I think I don't really have a lot to show you until my men are actually in position. So I will just get my men into position, because right now the enemy isn't doing anything interesting, so I'll see you in a couple of seconds, my friends. Okay, so the enemy, turns out they were hiding a lot of their troops, so they are on their way in. So let's get our men organised now. So gunners, be more organised please. I don't know why half of you have decided to migrate down the hill, but they are just about to start throwing a lot of crap at us. Spear militia, let's try and get you into a better position. Let's see, we've got the enemy just... Right, the enemy's splitting a few of their troops off. Yeomen, you know what to do. Billmen, hold your position. Let the yeomen go ahead. Right. Spears, get yourselves here and control the flanks. Gunners, open fire. Shred them. Gunners, you need to hold your shots for a few seconds, because the enemy's still... Well, my allies are still getting in position, but... Lads, get some good volleys out, please. Alright, I don't know how many kills we got there, but I'm hoping we've got a few. Artillery, open fire, please. You have my permission to start firing some shots out. Get it going. Start taking out their armoured sergeants. Longbows, they're starting to open up their shots. Try and bring our longbows over here. Guys, you don't need to skirmish, don't worry. You're already in a good position. You can come back forward a little bit. You know what, gonna start moving forward in general. The enemy is pulling back a little bit. Right. What's going on over here? Yeomen, they're keeping the enemy suppressed right now, so that's fine. We've got some armoured sergeants waiting to cause some trouble, so lads, just keep organised and wait further orders, please. We've at least managed to tear some of the enemy away from their positions. Right. Gunners, open fire again. You lot having the best of times. Lads, I don't know why you keep running back. You don't need to. I didn't even give you skirmishing orders. Come on. Hold your position. You know what? Enter guard mode. Just fire by rank. Just fire anything that comes close to you. It's clear that micromanaging you seems to cause problems for some reason. Right, the enemy's trying to get on a flank. Lads, just be proactive and bring them down now. Don't even give them that the idea that they can get away with that shit. Yeoman, good volley, good volley, good volley. I need you to try and focus on something else now. Billman, just get in there. Charge in, bring them down. Just get rid of them now. Spears, you're in a good position, thank goodness. Knights are in a strong position as well. You just get yourselves up there and await further orders. Longbows, I want you to bring yourselves a little further up. Get behind the gunners and provide support wherever you can, please. Right, how's it looking right now? I think we're getting a couple of kills in there. And yeah, they were just getting shot. Good job, lads. My artillery is just shooting whatever it can. Try and just focus your fire on whatever's at the bottom of the hill, really. Just make the valley your main point of interest. I think we managed to bring down some of our artillery as well, but to be honest, there's so much artillery it's going to be hard to keep track of it. And I just saw that lovely ripple of gold there, the firing of the guns there. Good job, lads. Keep it up. Oh, it's a lovely sound. The sound of thunder. And oh, you are being attacked. Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Alright, what's the enemy bringing up now to try and disturb me in this area? Billman, where did you get to, by the way? Oh, it was a trap, right. They lured you good and proper, right. Keep it up, keep it up. The enemy's just trying to fungal us here. I think they're actually trying to send in ballistas to attack my Billman. So you know what? Slow them down. Try and bring down some of their crews. Lads, good job. You managed to get those guys to retreat, right. Lads, get yourselves loosened up. I'd be ready to start moving back. Bill Militia here, how are you doing? Yeah, you're doing a fantastic job.
Our men are winning the battle.
Keep them suppressed, bring them down.
We will smash the enemy.
Oh, see, I just love it when I just see that line firing there. Right, so I think our handgunners are pretty much keeping anything that comes forward back, as are our longbowmen. I'm not having to do too much micromanagement this time around, but I really should be doing some more micromanagement. Longbows, try and just keep the peasant crossbowmen back, please. Just try and keep them suppressed. Longbows there, but try and bring down some of our armoured sergeants. I think the enemy's getting a little bit sick of waiting now. Well, we're not really waiting, but I don't really want to keep them busy for much longer or keep them suppressed because they're going to start moving forward there. They're not just going to willingly stand around and let themselves get shot. Spears, close the trap. In fact, you lot, I know it's a bit presumptuous, I know it's a bit fast, but see if we can just close in and cut off the reinforcements the Imperials have basically created for themselves. Cavalry, prepare to start flanking as well. Or general, should I say. Reinforcements, they've just turned up by the way. Hello reinforcements, nice of you to join us. Right. Gunners, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. Knights, pull forward. The enemy is going to steal a little bit of advantage here. I didn't react in time. It's alright, we can still bring this one back into my remit. Just get the knights moving forward. The enemy's retreating anywhere. I guess maybe you've heard one of my guns up a bit closer than they should have. Right. Oh god, some of our arquebusiers already retreated. I guess their morale isn't going to be the best. They're not really designed for hand-to-hand combat. Right, General, I need you to start looking for opportunities to get more kills. Right, Spears, just move back now. Just move in. Try and target the enemy feudal knights, but basically we're going to sandwich the enemy. And there we go. My knights have just clattered into the centre of the battle, and the enemy is in shock. Right. Missiles, I need you to try and pull back to the forest. Oh, there goes one of my catapults as well as several enemy units at the same time. Well done. But yeah, crossbows and arquebusiers and longbows, and I don't have any crossbows. Pull back to the forest and await further orders. You've done a fantastic job of the battle so far. However, your position right now is compromised and it is not safe, so pull back. Spears, I need you to start pushing up this hill as fast as you can. There's some enemy feudal knights there who would love to make your acquaintance, and I think you should do so. Now, that charge down a hill is going to give them a minor advantage on us, but at the same time, they kind of bollocked it up by slowing down all of a sudden. So,
if we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Keep it moving, men. You should be able to do this one, right? What's going on over here, right? It's just knights on armoured sergeants, right? We should win that one. General, what are you fighting, and why should you not be fighting it? Because it's probably a unit of spears, isn't it? It's a unit of peasants, right? Well, yeah, you can kill peasants where they are beneath you. Right, hello there, reinforcements. Please just finish off the killing, please. Enemy general's just getting right into it, and he's off to go and get himself killed. Well done, loser. Right, General, just finish it off. The enemy is in disarray. They are in ruins. Arquebusiers, by the way, if you are still here, no more firing at will.
They have lost.
Just line up here. Longbows, same applies to you. Line up here. No more firing at will. Yeoman, I don't know where you're at right now. You're way far off. Billman, you can keep moving in. I don't know where my other billmen are. But, oh, wait, they're apparently in combat, but I think it's because they were just basically wiping out whatever's left of his ballista crew. You lot, no need to run. Just come in at your own time, really, because you guys are winded.
The enemy general lies dead. We've sent the base cur to hell.
Excellent job, men. It was just a captain, but it was still a very good job. Right, what is left of the enemy now? What is left? Well, it's all running away, really, but we need to start chasing it down.
Our cowardly foe runs. It's time to press the attack.
All right, come on, lads. If it's running away, it needs to be brought down and killed. And here's the part where I have a hard time telling what belongs to me and what doesn't belong to me because the flags are identical. Yeah, I wish there was kind of, I don't know, like they did the thing where the colours were inverted or slightly mottled. Just something that allows me to work out what belongs to me, because right now I don't know what belongs to me anymore. It's just all flags, right? Units, just start chasing, just start giving a general chase down. My allied general is just really fucking loving it right now. By the way, artillery and missiles, I'm glad to see you safe. Well done. You guys really, really brought the hammer home, and you know what? This army is going straight to Venice after this. We're going to try and, well, this army will probably also go to Venice, but that's where we'll corner and kill them. We'll head there, take that town, basically take another key part out of the HRE, and looks like the Allied arquebusiers just want to get their swords out and have a go at it. It looks like they get very nice swords, in fact. Just nice little swords, but at the same time, I guess it means they can at least stand up to some sort of melee combat, despite the fact they wear virtually no armour and they just wear nice silly hats. But, well, that's their own choice, and we're not going to mock them for it. Anyway, it's just a chase down, cleaner upper, and it's kind of a bit chaotic right now, so I think I'm just going to fast forward this one, just let it play out now. My men are just doing what they can, but yeah, I've lost control of my army at this point. Let's just let the general just sweep up whatever he can before they cross the red line, and then, you know, the more we sweep up the better. But I was lacking cavalry anyway, so there wasn't really a lot I could do to do this whole sweepy uppy. Still, good battle, good victory. That's all I can really say about it. Good battle, good victory, because that's what we got at the end of the day. It was a battle that was good, and it resulted in a victory. Artillery, I did not see you fire, by the way, did I? You can cease your fire. Do not just try and shoot one random dude, because it's not going to work, is it? It's going to do the exact opposite of work. It's going to probably wipe out my own army. Right. Is that everyone wiped out? No, it is not. We've still got some people lurking around somewhere. Apparently I'm looking at them. So it must be they're hiding over here. Do I have any other troops in this area? I thought I had troops in this area. Where are my heavy billmen? We're too far away now, in fact. But I also dismounted feudal knights who have probably been given chase, but they are quite exhausted at this point. Lads, if you can chase them down, that's fine, but I'm guessing you're so tired you've now decided that what running in slow-mo is your new thing. So you know what? It's not even going to happen with you, is it? Tighten up your formation and just have a rest. Just have a kip. You did good today, man. You did good. They'll be very, very sweaty, but I can tell them that. But my general's also getting quite tired, so yeah, you know what? They're just a few randomers. Let them go. You guys, get some rest. You've earned it. I'm sure you got plenty of kills because you're probably chasing a lot of units. Yeah, have a nice little sit down as well, because it also means that you're hidden. Good job, men. Good job. All right, let's see those numbers as they come in, as the last pathetic morons retreat from my might.
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
112 losses, I will take. My, I thought I lost more than that. And the enemy just went and lost a mighty 1,520. Good. Captain Forsten has been dealt a devastating bloody nose, as have the Imperials in general, and Catapult, by the way, brought in 152 kills. Look at that. How did my arquebusiers do, by the way? 66, 51, and 48. Lads, consider yourselves welcome in my armies. Good numbers. Anyway, let us call that a battle, and let's move on to the next objective of the day, which I think will be just getting this turn wrapped up. Now, I could ransom these lads, but because I want the Imperials dead, unfortunately, it's going to have to be an execution.
Nein, have mercy!
Sorry, I ran out of mercy a long time ago when it came to you. You're a dead faction. It's not worth keeping you alive now.
By God's will, we have triumphed!
Okay, they retreated to Venice as
Hail,
predicted.
King.
Francis, are we to start marching on Venice?
Sire,
And you will take that town next turn.
We shall continue.
Charles, I'll leave you there. Well, hopefully we'll be able to get the gates open. They've got a lot of cannons, though, which is concerning. Also, I've just got a bit of a party going on at Bologna. Right, so we are just about at the end of this turn. The Imperials hate us, who'd have thought? But Francis Brown now feels quite respected, and also he has 2 additional command cells. Well done, you. Orders. Nigel, you can just go back to Milan and wait for the next turn. And I think that's where we're going to be headed now. Lose, you can go into Bern, by the way, as can you 2 idiots. And then you lot were additional troops for Captain Francis, weren't you? Link up in Bern for now, and await further orders. We need more troops here first. So start recruiting some billmen. And then we'll put together our plan, because we need Captain Francis to bring down Captain Lorenz, and then we need a follow-up attack on Innsbruck, because I know we just had a really good victory where I lost bugger all of my army against a massive Imperial army, but we can never leave anything to chance. Never assume. Always go in with the facts. Still, that is pretty much where we can call it a turn. It was a pretty good turn overall, except you've got things to drop off, haven't you? So let's get you dropping your things off. Michelle Berkeley, right. Head for... Where shall I pop you today? What are you? Let's see what you like. Not got the most command in the world, but then again, you've got good popularity, loyalty, fair fight. I might make you a governor for now. I'm going to pop you in a town that's in a bit of a mood. If you could please govern Antwerp for a little bit. I think Antwerp could use a new governor, unless anyone's a bit more urgent. I don't know. What's lower, blue or yellow? I think blue's a lower one. Yeah, blue's a bit lower, right. You know what, Rennes is a bit in the blues, so go and govern Rennes for a little bit. Let's see how good you can do with that. Right.
Making camp here, noble sire.
Good, good. I'm satisfied with the outcome of this turn. Now let's go to the end turn transition and see how dissatisfied I get when it all suddenly goes very, very wrong. Okay, not too much to report on there. We have spotted where the Spanish king's going, and there's also a lot of civil disorder going on. So Bologna, Milan and Paris all had a bit of a riot. Bologna has not got it out of its system yet, and I'm not surprised because I didn't put it on a growth build policy. Retrain the garrison, and then we need to get the garrison increased, really. The public order is actually doing piss poor right now. So in fact, recall Francis back to the city for now,
yes, my liege.
And we will
Hail my king.
rethink our position for a little bit.
Sire.
Let's get just about everyone in there.
Splitting forces, sire.
Bologna is still doing pretty bad, so we may need to hold for a few turns and just get the public order up. So let's start working on a cathedral to start appeasing the disillusioned religious peeps. And what else was in a bad mood? Milan. Let's get Nigel back in the town. First things first, discover as an assassin lurking around. Right, you. Earn your bread. Get rid of the other assassin.
Name.
Good job. You finally got one of your subterfuge points back as well. Right, anyway, Milan. It's already working on a tavern, so that should hopefully help out, but a lot of stuff's been sabotaged recently, or sabotaged and destroyed, so start working on that, and then we'll keep monitoring the situation. Also do engage in some retraining. Well, you can do some merging first and then do your retraining. Right, and last but not least was Paris. The ballista maker got damaged, so that's not like the most urgent fix in the world. Retrain, tax is still low. We need to just wait on that abbey to be completed, so let's hope that we don't have some worse shit going on. Right, anyway, end of turn report. We're doing reasonably okay for money, but it's definitely not doing as well as it used to be. It's probably because we have barely anyone to trade with now, because everyone just hates me. So we need to definitely just keep an eye on our spending and just keep building up our income. Marjorie Kerfo's died, by the way. Simon now has a military engineer. Joffrey an overseer. And Toby of Westbury has some very nice armour. Construction report, by the way. London has a mining network. Rennes, some crop rotation. Reims, a great market. Angers, a barracks. Stettin, a barracks. Bern, an armourer. And Prague, some crop rotation. Nuremberg, a heavy armourer. And Genoa, a naval academy. Nuremberg, your Heavy armor should be good, and luckily your public order has recovered. Oh, by the way, Captain Pablo? Oh, did the old King of Spain die? Oh, that's a shame. Loser. Right, anyway, there's probably a few things that we can work on upgrading. London could probably use... Oh my god, that's a lot of Russian fleets zooming around in the area. I hope Russia isn't about to invade me all of a sudden. Anything that London can build to make more money? Not really, that's fine. I want to try and do some income raising this time around. Rennes, you could probably build some of that raises income. In fact, you could build a warehouse to increase your trading prowess, so definitely start working on a warehouse, please. And then, let's see, Rams, you built your great market, nothing else really. Angers has a barracks, fantastic. Stettin also has a barracks, Burn an armourer. Burns a castle, so I'm not really going to get anything there, but you can do some retraining. And Genoa and Naval Academy. Genoa, yeah, there's nothing else I can rebuild there. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Communal farming might be an idea, but for now, you know what, I might just save that money for some recruitment. Speaking of, Milan recruited some heavy build militia, merchant cavalry militia, Angers some dismounted feudal knights and longbowmen, Bologna some spear militia, Nuremberg a catapult and some archer militia, Genoa a ribald and some archer and spear militia, a Jacko, 2 cogs. I bet it's all retraining from here. Hostilities ceased by the Mongolians and are at peace with the Sicilians, which is good news for me, which means I can move into Tunis without things going wrong. We've already seen Manfred Dietrich do his thing. He was successful, which meant Charles Russell has gained a trait increase, and King Harry has also gained more dread. Right, Nigel, you get your bottom back into Tunis, and I don't need to watch you re-break into a town you should always be in. Keep watching the Sicilians. Trait increased by everywhere. He's getting more additional agent skills, so that's good. Right, a few things I noticed. I did see a Moorish diplomat in this area, and I want the Moors to be my friend. So, let's see if we can catch up with him. But he'll be somewhere. Polish diplomat over there.
I cannot do that,
just
sire.
keep moving around where you can.
Yes,
See, there he is. See if you can follow him around.
Tomorrow's journey
Send
planned
him
out,
over, diplomat
sire.
down.
Yes, my
He's
lord.
got 2 turns after he reaches where there may or may not be some... Oh my god, Spain, what are you up to, by the way? Captain Duran, by the way, is walking away.
Orders.
I would have thought you would have decided to defend yourselves, losers, because I'm about to go and take this town back. Right, initiate the siege of Toulouse. They'll come back and fight me anyway, and that's fine. I'll take them on the field.
To war then, sire.
But for now... Oh god, there's a Moorish diplomat there as well. I should have just turned around. Thought, well, he might come to me and hopefully come with a tasty proposal.
Prepare to assault the walls. We lay siege.
Okay, prepare some siege towers, some rams, and some ladders, please. That should be more than enough to set the city with. Hold the siege for now, and we'll move in next turn.
The siege goes as planned, sire.
By the way, what is actually being left to defend it? 2 units, and they're like the 2 worst units in the world. That's fine. Bordeaux, by the way, we've got any more retraining left to do? Yes, we do. Keep doing it, and then we'll move out very, very soon. I'd rather wait until we've got the better walls installed anyway. Angers, you need to start building up on your recruitment now. Start recruiting some armoured swordsmen, and then get some more longbows and some cavalry, please. And that's all our money gone, right? First things first, what is up with these Russian navies?
You are not my commander. Fear not.
As far as we can tell,
not here for a fight.
They're not here for a fight, and I'm going to believe them for now. As far as I can tell, they're not carrying troops, so that's fine. If I suddenly decide I want to start blockading my shit, then I will have a problem with them, but at the same time, I can't really be bothered having a war with Russia. Seriously, what is with Russia and all these navies? I guess they just don't have a lot to do right now. I think they've just been penned in by the Polish, so they just sit around and exist for the minute. Speaking of Poland, by the way, it looks like they're preparing to attack Prague. We've got Rizard of Braclaw on his way over. What do we know about him so far?
I am not here to negotiate the truce.
It's not got a lot of troops, but Prague doesn't have a lot of defenders. Send a force of knights out to knock some heads together. Bring a couple of peasant archers and some artillery, please. And you should be sorted. And bring 2 spear militia.
My lord.
Tail him and then do what you must do.
To war then, sire. We'll make camp.
Now, I know I've already lowered public order here, but unfortunately I must withdraw the depleted castle troops to to Stettin for
By your
retraining, so that's what is going to happen there.
Wait for the end.
And I can replace them with other troops when the time is right, but for now I'll leave it be. I might actually get Humphrey Baker to look after the area, but at the same time, Humphrey Baker has so many negative traits, it might actually not be worth it, so, you know, I'm going to leave him there. Right, do we actually have any battles that we could do this turn? I'm not entirely sure. We're going to keep moving our army on Captain Lorenz, or at least we're going to take a position in these mountains, and if Captain Lorenz wants to fight me, that's fine. This army should actually work quite well on a defensive footing, so I'll await his decision then, and I'm going to try and move out as soon as possible with these troops. I definitely don't have enough to try and take... Actually, I might be. When I did that battle on Jacko, where I cut it, I actually managed to take down the gates with just one catapult, so I might be able to do it again. So I might send some troops in just in behind. So let's see. Toby's the only one who's not being retrained. He's not the strongest commander, but at the same time, Toby, he's a nice guy, really. I've known him for a while, and he's also got some very nice arms. So Toby,
Hail, my king!
you are to march out with the artillery, bring the billmen and the spears, and 2 units of archery, you know, bring it all. And just tail my army there. And I'll use you if necessary. For now, I'll build up additional troops at Bern, because they may need to be used against other forces. Looks like the Pope turned around, by the way. He decided that he didn't want to take Marseille, or he's decided that he's probably going to come and kick me in the shins for a bit. Right, is there actually genuinely anything else I can do this turn, otherwise am I going to have to end it? 'Cause we can't take Toulouse till next turn. Oh yeah, we need to deal with Captain Sancho.
Hail,
right,
my king.
Christopher, move in and take this guy down, please.
As you command, my liege.
Oh, now you can't just
Glory,
wuss out the
honor,
fight. It's only a small
victory.
island, so you're not going to escape me, are you?
By your will, sire.
Still,
we
this is
shall
going to be some
engage.
awkward terrain to fight on, as you may be able to tell from just by looking at the campaign map alone. It's going to be hilly today. Hopefully not too hilly. A lot of navies hanging around my area, by the way. I don't like that. Anyway, Christopher Drum is about to take on Captain Sancho. We outnumber him by over 1,000 men. Strength ratio is 3-1 in my favour. I've already had a quick look. It's a very heavy cavalry army. A lot of mailed knights, and then some town militia and some Jeanette. As far as we can tell, they're just some sort of missile cavalry. So we may need to be wary of them, but at the same time, they're not the most well armed. They might be on the same level as about Hobilars. So it's got 2 ballistas and 2 town militia. They should be easily taken down. Spears will be the crux of my victory today. They will be working overtime to bring down the mailed knights, but as we have seen on my own end, mailed knights do not last long in hand-to-hand combat. They're good for charging, but that's about it. In hand-to-hand combat, they do collapse quite quickly, and with my superior feudal knights, I think we should be able to quickly bring this guy down, and then I can get this army moving somewhere else. And then, you know, I might actually send Christopher to attack Rome and just bring down the Imperial positions in the south, because it looks like they're sending up more troops to annoy me, so this might be a good time to bring Rome down and have that under my control. I'd love to have Rome back, because I love Rome. Right, anyway, let's stop thinking about the future, though we should always have a future in mind, and let's look at the now, because now we're going to go and take down Captain Sancho.
Glory to your name, sire! Our foes are ungodly beasts, and so we are but the swords in the hands of the hosts of heaven. We do God's glorious work, and if we fall, we do so in His cause. If we triumph, we do so because He has willed an English victory. Now, bow your heads. Then, let's to the appointed task. Your Spanish enemies are proud, perhaps too proud. In this place, I mean to see them humbled and cut down to size. We'll see how these over-proud Iberians like the taste of English steel. Our foes have the advantage in cavalry, and we lack spearmen. But if we fight with true English courage, their advantage will count for little. And now, at them, lads! I want the pink elephants and green pixies to lead the attack. Have you met my wife? Bloody ugly woman. Probably fighting with that lot over there. And we're buggered if she's on their side. Look, do you want to fight?
Alright, man. Don't worry. The General's wife is not on the enemy's side, and you lot should be absolutely fine in this battle. I have a lot of faith in you today. Plus, yeah, the Spanish do have pride, and we are going to take it down. That being said, we are fighting on a very, very dangerous area. We are basically on the side of a mountain where it is incredibly foggy. We seem to have fog seems to be a very common weather in the Middle Ages. Maybe it was just because there were more clouds back then or something. Anyway, here's the plan of attack. The catapult will be at the front because, all right, it's not going to be it's not going to have the best of times. A catapult today, it is going to get shat on really. By the way, set up some stakes. See if a clumsy unit of cavalry gets caught up in them. That'll be good for a laugh. But the catapult can try and just basically bring down their infantry or just some of their other stuff if possible. Naturally, the main portion of our fighting force is going to be our 3 units of spearmen, so I'm going to spread them wide, and they're going to be the ones who will basically be making a forward march. We have 4 units of feudal knights, so I count the general as a feudal knight, so we're going to have 2 of them on one flank, 2 of them on the other flank, and we'll do what we can there. The terrain is still quite slanted, but provided we keep off this area, I think we should be fine, but at the same time that's also one less route for my enemy to escape down. Right, do I have any more archers? Yes, I do. Archers, peasant archers, you just go there. You can do what you can. You're quite low in number at this point, so I do apologise. Heavy infantry, the armoured swordsmen are probably not going to be part of this battle, but I'm going to keep them close to my units anyway, because of the amount of enemy cavalry, they're going to be looking for things to do. They're going to be looking for weak and vulnerable units to kill, so if we keep our infantry close together, I can monitor them myself and prevent any issues, really. And I'll keep the hobilars as a guard. They can try and ward off anything untowards. Mainly the Jeanettes are the ones I'm most worried about. But yeah, that being said, Billman as well, you can join the infantry crew, but you're probably going to be playing with the male knights. Yeah, but that being said, our main plan of attack is we are going to get the artillery and the archers just to see what we can try and hit before it charges at us. Try and get the spearmen to try and herd their way into the cavalry. And then really we'll just play it from there. But it's really just about finding and killing cavalry, just, you know, using basic counter-cavalry tactics. So, let's just push on with this battle. And the enemy is somewhere on that hill, so we're going to start moving our units forward, see what we can kill. It's hard to tell where the enemy is because of the fog, unfortunately, so I am just kind of issuing them blind orders at the minute, but we know that there are some enemies around here, so we'll let our enemies do what we can, or let my troops do what they can. I'm so bad at vocabulary, aren't I? We're going to try and group our men up towards where this tree is. We're going to keep our infantry moving forward as well. They're sort of like a baggage train in this particular battle, but they need to be moving with the rest of my army, because if they don't, we are probably going to find them getting killed when I stop micromanaging them. A few of the enemies are moving up forward quite quickly and with some enthusiasm as well, so we need to be watching where they're going. Longbows, you need to be moving forward as well. I honestly don't know where the enemy's going right now. I think they're trying to climb the mountain, and if they do that, well, that's going to make my life a little harder or easier. I really don't know what they're up to right now, but I did see some Jeanettes lurking around there, so I'm going to try and take them out. What is the enemy planning? Because I really do not know. They are actually trying to climb a mountain. I suspect the enemy may just try to retreat in this battle, and they may try to just run away. That being said, I need to really just kill them all in this battle, but yeah, they seem to be clinging to a mountain. I think they actually are trying to escape by the mountain, or they're trying to make an incredibly well-defended position up there. Archers, I need you to try and pick on the Jeanettes. They are quite vulnerable right now and quite isolated, so they might be an easy hit. I mean, they look killable. So if you try and just pop off a few cheeky shots, you might be able to start wearing them down. Artillery. Apparently some of the enemies trying to scale this mountain over here. Thought I saw them here, but right, no, there we are. Yeah, the enemy army is trying to scale a mountain. Must be a little pass or something. So right, artillery, if you can try and get your shots over there, we're going to try and take control of this particular area. So, infantry, move up here. Longbows, move up here. We all know where we're going now, but I'm going to just let these guys just try and start picking on the Jeanettes. We've kind of got their attention as well, so we might just wildly charge forward, but I think, yeah, they're going to just try and start chucking their spears at us. Right, archers, don't skirmish, don't skirmish. They do not have any interest whatsoever in engaging us in melee at this moment in time. Just stand there, and it's basically a shot you can't miss. And they're very lightly armed, so you guys should be fine for just bringing them down. There we go. Already taken a few of them down. You might be able to entice them to move away. Or they may try and form a Cantabrian circle, and yeah, that is what they're going to do. Right, dispatch a unit of feudal knights, crash into them and get rid of them now. Because I am not dealing with that. Like, archers, you can just keep trying to fire at them, but you know what, because you are now just going to get continuously bombarded, I recommend that you just try and peck it out of there. But you're probably not going to make it out in the best of shapes, right? Feudal Knights, looks like you managed to confuse them. See if you can get into them and just hit them for a little bit. See if you can just bring them down. Looks like they're already starting to lose their numbers, while the enemy continues to make their weird formation in the mountain pass. You would think with an army that basically has so much more mobility than mine, they would have really taken advantage of that, but they haven't. And because it's on a hill, our sense of perspective is really warped today, because, yeah. Hope you don't mind motion sickness, friends, because I
Our men
fucking
are winning
do.
the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Alright, men. Careful in your advance. I think the enemy's trying to reposition themselves. Spears, you're still at the front though. Keep yourselves at the front. Longbows, get ready. Here come a lot of angry knights. And the levy spears are just being charged at. But luckily, yeah, look at that. Some of my men are falling, but at the same time, the knights are not doing so well. But some of them are slipping through our gaps. Right. Send a general's unit to intercept those guys. We need to get rid of them. And they are also sending a catapult. General, make the catapult your target. Get rid of that catapult before it... Oh, wait, that's my catapult. Shit, right. Don't attack the catapult. Don't kill my own men. Alright. How are we doing? We've managed to deter some of the enemies away. You lot try and get in there and assist my feudal knights, because they won't last forever in a one-on-one fight. They should be good, but they're not that good. You know what? You lot, get out of there. I'm sending some more troops to try and help you, but oh dear, right, I'm losing some spearmen now. Right, don't let the enemy start getting momentum. That's where it's going to start going really wrong for us. Right, longbowmen try and pull back to the main infantry position. Feudal knights, you come in and take over. Try and bring down those mailed knights, please. There you go. Keep them contained. Peasant archers, fall back to the infantry line, please. Right. Town militia also decided to just go and get themselves unwelcomely involved.
Our men
Try
are
to
winning
ignore the
battle.
town militia, they're
If we
not worth
continue
your
like
time
this,
right
we
now.
will smash the enemy.
Right, artillery. Oh, you're being attacked by the enemy ballistic. Right. Fight them off for now. Just do what you can. Just have your fun little 1v1 over there. Right, what is going on over here right now? I've got some peasant archers who are about to get mauled. Just keep running away, keep running away. Try, there you go. The enemy kind of duffed up their charge on that one, so now the unit of feudal knights should hopefully be able to move in and help you out. Right, where is my spear units? I need to know where every spear unit is. Well, one of them's actually just being wiped out outright now. You lot are surrounded, right? Try and make your focus some of those knights. You lot try and pull up here. General, pull out. You need to try and flank or get rid of those other mailed knights. There are a lot of knights getting in our way right now, and that is causing me a lot of problems because they are not routing. Right, get the dismounted feudal knights up here. They're not going to do the best. Well, actually, no. No, move them up because you know what, the enemy's just going to come right for us. Right, Billman. I hear the bill hook can pull a man off his horse. I want you to prove that theory for me right now,
the enemy
because
general flees like the coward he is.
they're
Press
pushing
on.
into my formations.
Break the spirit of his heart.
Billman, get in there. You lot as well, get in there. Some of the Jeanettes are broken, right? That's fine. Peasant archers, just twang off whatever little shots you can get. Alright, Billman, good job. You seem to have retreated some of the enemies. Whatever lives will get
Only half the
summarily
enemy force
executed, by the
remains.
way. Right, half of the enemy force remains. That means there's still half of them left to kill, right? Spearmen, help out against the town militia. You lot, try and bring down whatever's tried to run away. General,
Our men are winning
you're doing
the
a good
battle.
job.
If we continue
Archers,
like
call
this,
it a day.
we will smash the enemy.
Still got some some more mailed knights just trying to charge around and cause me no end of hassle, and I'm going to run out of feudal knights at this rate, which is a shame because it takes me ages to get to a point where I can acquire them, and now I'm just going to lose them all. Spears, target those mailed knights, please, get rid of them. I need them all killing, please. They're all pathetic losers, right. How are you doing over here? Time militia just about done
Behold
for,
how
and
our
we
cowardly foe runs. It's time to press the attack.
Alright lads, it's a free-for-all, kill what you can, preferably get rid of the knights. If I have to do a follow-up battle, I want them to have a lot less cavalry than what we faced off today, because they were getting sneaky, and they were definitely clamping on my flanks, and getting some pretty handy-dandy charges against me, so hats off to them for eventually using their mobility. They didn't use it immediately. And to be honest, even when they managed to finally get a charge into my infantry line, they kind of completely duffed it up. In fact, I've lost barely any of my dismounted feudal knights and the billmen. They came off just fine. So, yeah. Still, a lot of death today. My cavalry just did not really do as well as it could have done in this one. I just don't think they're that great, if I'm honest. I guess England isn't really the best cavalry faction. I mean, we get some good heavy cavalry, but yeah. They're not exactly showstoppers. General, keep bringing them down, please. You've nearly done it. You've nearly won the battle. It's nearly all over. As is this entire year, in fact. It's actually going to be 2019 in 2 hours when I'm recording this. Oh, imagine that. The last video I'm going to make in 2018 is going to be Medieval 2 Total War. And then the next episode of Medieval 2 Total War, which will be the next episode, is be the last thing I ever make in 2018. How fun is that? In fact, I've uploaded one of the final episodes of Spore today as well on my channel. I'm kind of glad that I'm pretty much done with Spore, actually. I have to admit I was getting a little bit sick of that game, which doesn't sound very good, but let's be honest, the final part of that game was such a fucking grind, and it was just, that part was just getting me down, if I'm honest. It was just like, ugh. I don't mind a grindy game, but Spore was starting to take the piss. Like, I think good grind is when there's a variety of ways to do it and you can be creative with it. When you just have to keep doing the same thing over and over again, that's when it gets boring. I think one of my favourite grinding games actually is the Destroy All Humans series, especially the first one, because like, you have to grind lots of DNA to get it, and I just always have fun trying to find new and interesting ways to gather DNA. My favourite one was just to camp on a roof and just use the psychokinesis powers just to bring up unfortunate victims to the roof, and then I just sit there and anal probe them to death. And also just sit there and read their dying thoughts because I was fucking sick. Or even, better yet, just extract their brain outright when they're still alive. You get more DNA if you do that. And it's also just a horrible way to die.
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
Unfortunately, my knights have yet to develop psychokinesis, so they can't do that yet. But anyway, yeah, victory, hooray! We brought down Captain Sancho, and I think that's the last we'll be seeing of him. I did take considerable losses today, mainly in the cavalry department, because yeah, we were tangling with a lot of enemy cavalry there, more than we usually deal with. So I think we got caught out a little bit there. But at the same time,
honourable, glorious victory.
I was just going to say a satisfying victory, but I will take an honourable, glorious victory. Alright, I've crunched my troops up together. Enemy army routes, trait decrease. Christopher of Durham is now feeling a bit more loyal. Good. Now, Christopher, I have a new plan for you. Head for Admiral Richard. He's going to send you away somewhere. You're going to march on Rome, my friend. We're going to keep the momentum going now. Jacko may be left weak for a while, but we'll be able to do something fun with it. A couple of Spanish fleets prowling around, by the way, and also some Polish fleets. I try and take these guys on, but they've got so many of their mates around them, I don't want to. In fact, I'd rather just try and recruit more boats, but I'm out of money right now. That's concerning. Next turn, I'm projected to start with 14,000 florins. We have managed to lose 500... No, we've managed to lose 5,000 florins somewhere in the chain. We need to find a way to make that money back. And I think if we probably put more time into investing in our English towns, that would probably be a way we could do that. So I think we're going to look into that over the next few turns. We also do have some rebel battles to deal with, by the way, my friends. Mainly, we've got these rebels up near Aarhus, and I think there were more elsewhere. But I can't... Oh yeah, there were these guys.
Come and fight me, you coward!
Not quite sure.
You are not my liege!
Yeah, I know. Not quite sure what he's got, so we may need to have a look into that. So Dijon doesn't really have a great selection of troops available right now, so we'll try and get something to scout out. What do we know about the Aarhus guys?
forward to fighting you.
Couple of random Viking weirdos, so yeah, we've got decent troops in Hamburg. Well, we haven't got any troops in Hamburg, if I'm honest. Captain Tostig, by the way, you can head back into Hamburg, and if anything can be retrained this turn, I will do so. There we go. But I'll send some troops out of Aarhus to deal with that, but we'll deal with that on the next episode, because this is where we're going to call it a day now, my friends. So once more, I hope you've enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode, where we'll try and intercept this Polish force. We're going to try and make some moves against the Imperials, and we'll move on to the next turn, and we'll see if we can try and do some diplomacy with the Moors, and also retake Toulouse. But I have a feeling that Spanish army is just going to turn around and attack me, but that's kind of what I want them to do. Bring down this army on the field, and we'll have basically delivered 2 massive kicks to the Spanish, which might have softened them up and allow me to maybe take their Pyrenees territories, and if I can do so, maybe that will convince them to stop attacking me and teach the same lesson I've taught to so many other factions in the past, to not mess with me, because I will just walk over and take your lands over. I didn't get this empire just by sitting around and twiddling my thumbs now, eh?